Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, Lewis, aka I'm alllll on Instagram. First off, just want to say thank you to everybody that's tapped in so far. We hit a little bit over 100 subscribers, and I appreciate everybody immensely for just, tapping in with your boy and seeing the creativity roll out. So today, I wanted to give you guys a little bit more in-depth intro because I just dove right into this and I kind of burnt myself out doing YouTube on top of the content creation that I'm doing for the brands that I work for and stuff like that. And don't mind me, I'm gonna be on my phone. I have notes because I'm not an anchorman, and I'm not perfect. So deal with it. God, as you can tell, already hot, already sweating, but we're gonna get through it. So it all starts with my childhood. I was not the kid that was into sports growing up. I was more so the other side of the brain in terms of creativity, fantasy, watching cartoons, anime, and just drawing a lot when I was growing up. Sports just really wasn't my thing. So, and my mom and my sister tried to put me in sports. It just it did not click at all. So fast forward moving to Philly. I moved here probably like 8th grade. My mom started to pick up on I'm into this creative stuff. So when we moved here, she put me into a architecture and design school. And at that moment, that kind of gave me a little bit of clarity because obviously when you're a kid, you have those aspirations and those careers that you want to be when you grow up and stuff like that. And I never really had anything like that because I just didn't know where I wanted to go in life. Getting into CHAD, Charter High School for Architecture and Design, started to give me somewhat of a narrow path, at least what I thought, what I would be interested in. So it was a lot of drawing, a lot of architecture. From there, I feel like I started to develop my creative outlet a lot more because there was structure. One of the really cool things that I got to do at CHAD was design and create my own comic book with one of my friends. That moment of being able to present that to my class, present that to all the families that came through for our final crit senior year was eye-opening. It gave me a straight and narrow to understand that all right, cool, the creative realm is where I'm at and where I want to be. And I was even able to make my own plushie out of one of the characters that I created in my comic book. From there, we'll kind of fast forward into college. I really didn't want to go to college. I wanted to just start stacking bread. Ended up going to Philadelphia University, and I went in undecided because I had no idea what I wanted to do. I know I wanted to do something creative, but I had no idea what realm to tap into. Changed my major
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7
5 times? Yeah. Started off with architecture, dubbed that. But college is where photography started for me. And I did not expect it to get me to where I am today. Picked up a Nikon D3000 and I grabbed it because I realized people weren't documenting their projects for their final crits, for their online portfolios, all that kind of stuff. Finding an outlet in a way where I can make money and have fun. And on top of doing that, I already had a bunch of shoes in college. So mixing in my love for sneakers and just making a couple quicker extra bucks on campus, that's literally where photography started for me. So I had the Nikon D3000 and I had the 50mm, I had the kit lens that came with it. I had no idea what I was doing. I was to the point where I didn't even like editing the photos because I thought they looked so good straight out of camera, until my homie Markel really called me out on my shit. Yeah, college in a nutshell was hanging out with the homies, taking pictures anytime that I could with the camera, venturing out into Philly, taking pictures, shooting sneakers, and just having fun, as any intro level photographer would do. And after college, that's when things started to really set in. So the major I stuck with was graphic design. And I stuck with it because at the time I enjoyed it and I felt as though graphic design and photography is something that can go hand in hand. I had some graphic design jobs, but it just really wasn't speaking to me. It wasn't resonating with what I thought I should be doing in life. So I was doing graphic design full time, but a lot of my time was dedicated to photography. In comes Jerome, 215 shooter, my guy, brother to me. You know, we're on the local sneaker community pages. I'm out here customizing Jordan 1s to make a couple quick bucks. And here he comes wanting to do a custom, right? This guy at the time was on Kicks on Fire, Nice Kicks, any sneaker repost page you could think of, with his beautiful family, just flexing the kicks, having the perfect synergy as a family. He was goals, still is, but at the time he was goals. And when he hit me up to do a custom, it was a top 3 Jordan 1 custom, way before Nike ever even thought about doing that. So fast forward a little bit, we link, I give him the shoes. Come to find out, we're both into photography. So I'm like,
what? Did we just become best friends? Yep.
So from there, literally catapulted. We took any and every opportunity to link up, shoot, and just hone our craft, you know, have fun with it too. This was around the time that abandoned places were like the thing to shoot in, the grungy edits, clarity on 100, saturation on 100, like just having fun with it and just giving everybody a different kind of vibe. And when I met Rome, we had both upgraded our camera setups to the Sony a6000. And when I tell you, this camera is literally the camera that made me who I am today, because it lasted me so long. It did so much for me. Like, and God, I wish I still had that camera just for like display purposes or having like a run and gun camera, you know? But when I met Jerome, that's when I realized I was in the wrong field. Graphic design was not what I wanted to be doing. Photography was literally like my beck and call, and I was treating it as my full-time job. Like, I started neglecting my job with graphic design, but like it was making me the money, but I wasn't in it all the way. So any chance that I had, me and Rome started building up, getting brand work together. So Rejuvenate was definitely one of our big clients that like they really enjoyed our synergy, like the stuff that we did together. So they had us doing projects together. We did stuff with Billionaire Boys Club and Private Label, the sneaker duffel bag brand. And one of our homies, Nate, I've mentioned it before, this was around the time like Re-Up was just a baby. Re-Up was a baby in South Philly, past Young, you know? And he saw our potential. So he would always hit us up like, hey, yo, let's link up, let's shoot some shoes, let's do this, let's do that. And without him like really pushing us to just like stay consistent and have fun, you know, because that's what it always was with Pops, just having fun, creating vibes. We would fucking illegally climb a billboard. I remember, Rome, you was not with that at all. So all while this was happening, I was still kind of in the graphic design realm, and I had gotten an internship with Kicks USA, which is now Snipes at the time. And it was a graphic design internship, but then they also saw my potential with photography. So I was kind of split in between Kicks and Ubik and creating like photo assets. And that started to give me like the corporate aspect of photography. And that's where my goal to be a creative director came in. I told myself I'd love to be a creative director for a major sneaker brand. I was so invested in shoes that is what my goal was. So the internship ended, unfortunately. They didn't pick me up full time. That's okay. So fast forward, after a bunch of dead end jobs that didn't amount to anything and focusing on photography on the side, comes my first corporate position as a photographer. It was at Boyd's. Boyd's is a lifestyle suit streetwear store here in Philly, and I was their full-time photographer and social media strategist. And when I tell you the culture shock that I got working at a high-end store like that, from managing $150 Jordans to like $1,000 pieces, garments, necklaces, jewelry, bags. It was very intimidating. I was very scared to even leave the property and take pictures outside in Philadelphia. So it was definitely something that I had to get acclimated to. Around that time is when I guess I ended up on DTLR's radar. DTLR, Sneaker Villa. Being on that radar, letting me know that, hey, look, a position might be coming up for you, but it's not going to be easy. So when I tell y'all that the moment I realized I had a chance at a position as a photographer in a sneaker industry, I wasted no time. Every day that I was at Boyd's, I made sure I hustled. I showed my progress and I just pushed so that on pen and paper, I had corporate experience. You know, I wanted to make sure that if and when that time came that the photography position was open, that there were no problems. But I didn't think I was gonna have to go up against my homie. I did not think that it boiled down to me and Jerome to get this photography position. All right, so y'all know I can't give y'all all the details. I gotta give you guys just a little bit so you guys keep coming back, you know? I'm gonna leave you guys on a little bit of a cliffhanger. So stay tuned for a part 2, all right? Just stay tuned, bear with me, all right? I want you guys to know that this is the only beginning, what I've told you so far of my creative journey. And there's still ways to go. So please make sure you like, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so that you guys can get notified when I'm here. Comment what else you want to hear. You know, let me know. What part of the creative journey do you want to hear more of? And let me know. I'm here for it. I'm here to talk. So peace. I'll see you guys in part 2.